Hello everybody, how's it going, and welcome back to the Rambler, or whatever this happens to magically be at the end of the day. And yeah, so there wasn't a whole lot to talk about in gaming news and stuff. It's kind of quiet right now. I guess all of the releases and stuff coming out are just, you know, swamping the market and everything right now. So I want to take time, now that there's nothing huge and pressing or anything like that besides, I don't know, somebody's offended about boobs or something, to talk about Miitomo. I mentioned it last episode about the delays in video games and why you shouldn't be, cynical about them, because they might actually be a good idea. However, Miitomo looks interesting, and I want to talk about it and what it technically is. Now, Miitomo is basically a game where you create a Mii on your smartphone, and you talk to other players and stuff. It's technically free, but there are in-app purchases, I would assume, for like outfits and stuff. And it's going to basically incorporate Nintendo's new service called My Nintendo, which is replacing the Club Nintendo type of deal. But basically, from their description of it, it seems like pretty much the same damn thing, maybe a few differences and stuff, sure, but there's a website, there's physical and digital rewards that you get from purchasing games and apps and blah blah blah, so I don't really understand what the whole point is of getting rid of Club Nintendo when you could have, reworked it, but whatever. So is what Nintendo does. And basically, you create your own Mii in this game, and it's technically like a social networking type of deal. A lot of people are comparing it somewhat to Tomodachi Life, though it seems to be a little bit less than that. Unless your Mii now owns a house and falls in love and all that kind of stuff, which would be kind of interesting, I guess. On a smartphone, it'd be something that could be interesting. But at the moment right now, according to Nintendo, it said that the app is ideal for players who are reluctant to reveal things about themselves or talk to others. Now, I'm reluctant to reveal things, both online and offline. I mean, it depends on what these things are, Nintendo. And I don't know. It seems like a logical step into mobile gaming and stuff, because the Nintendo Miis are quite popular. They were on the Wii, they're on the Wii U, so they're fairly popular in the eye of the gamer and stuff. Hell, they're even Mii fighters and brawlers and sword people and ninjas and shit on the popular Super Smash Bros. And I think you can even put your Mii into Mario Kart 8, so there's plenty of incentive for Miis to exist. So, okay. So, I think it's kind of a logical step forward, but I'm not sure if it should be their first game reveal. I don't really see this as much of a game. I see it as like a social interaction, something like, I don't know, what the hell is a social interaction anymore? Like, if I went out and talked to somebody, it's basically the same thing, except it's on my fucking phone. Mind you, I'm not going to reveal secrets to those people, nor am I also going to do it on a phone app, because if it's a Mii, it's going to be resembling, me, and probably even have my name attached to it. I don't know. Maybe they haven't announced that yet, if there's names or not, but if there is, people's names can be attached to it. How they're going to still be fairly reluctant to give away secrets, Nintendo. You're not going to get your, entire fan base to let them know about their insecurities just by making a phone app. That's not going to happen. But that being said, I think it was a necessary release, just not a good idea for their first game release. I think they should have waited and released something either Mario-based or something like that, or waited even for Pokemon Go and announced this alongside it and said that this is like their new social thing. So if you want to play smartphone games and get more unlocked or whatever on Pokemon Go, then, have your Mii, or you can play as your Mii in battles on Pokemon Go and stuff, which would be kind of cool. I don't think it should have been announced as like a full game. I think that's what a lot of people are like, wait a minute, what? This isn't a game, this is weird, we want something fun, Nintendo. I don't want to make a Mii and then forget about this app and not remember it until I'm like, oh yeah, my Nintendo account is attached to this, maybe I should do something with it. I don't know. It's an interesting software. The delay is also very interesting. This time it wasn't a developmental delay. They wanted more time to promote it, so I'm hoping that more announcements come out for it to make it, maybe paint it in a bit more positive light, because a lot of people are kind of like scratching their heads like, This is a weird thing that Nintendo is doing. So, yeah, I'm hoping that a lot of my suspicions kind of get noticed, I guess. The fact of, you know, how the game is and how it's going to play out. So, it'd be interesting to see what future announcements hold and see where they're going to go with this. And I hope that they take it in a positive direction, because a lot of people are really scratching their heads, and some people are quite angry. And understandably so, because they weren't expecting, you know, a crappy social interaction type of deal. Basically, like, I don't know, Facebook with, like, avatars instead of just, you know, you. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. I'm very interested to see where it goes. What do you think of Miitomo so far? Do you think that it's a good idea, logical step forward, perhaps? Especially with them revealing a new Club Nintendo type of deal. Do you think that they'll implement it in future games and whatnot that will make the app more immersive and more interesting, such as with Pokemon Go or some other sort of app that they release? Because they want to do 5, I believe, in the next couple of years or something. So, yeah. Be interesting to see, at the very least, where this goes. So let me know what you think of it in the description. In the comment section even, sorry. And I will see you next time. Peace.